History of English literature. First, we are talking about Old English era. Old English literature was the appearance of a legendary hero who kills powerful, frightening creatures, and that story was written in a poem named Beowulf in the 8th century. The most important king in this era was Anglo-Saxon period. Alfred the Great was also a scholar and writer. He supported the Anglo-Saxon chronicle describing the life, history, and language of this time. Now we are moving to medieval era. The medieval commenced in the year of 476 with a fall of the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire dominated the territory of England. Monarchy was born there. There was a form of government when a king and a queen was in power. They have a system that is based on a pyramidal structure. King at the very top. Then noblemen, count, dukes, barons, and other gentlemen, and ladies that control territories. Then vassals, who work and live in the lands dominated by noblemen. And the lower part is poor slaves who are war prisoners. Christianity was the religion that dominated Europe during the medieval era, and its power was tremendous. Islam also was other great religion during this time, and confrontation between Muslim and Christian was constant. Next, we are moving to Renaissance. In Florence, artists and scientists gathered during the 14th century. They study and share ideas about literature from the ancient Greeks and Romans. Actually, they want to go back to the ideas and art of the ancient world to feel it like a rebirth. Rebirth is the meaning of the word Renaissance, so that means in this era called Renaissance. This era invents a printing press that makes the process of copying books quicker. The copying of books spread to the audience, including criticism of the Catholic Church. These discoveries led the ideas to humanism. They realized that people were more than simply just a part of God's creation, that human beings are worthy in their own right. There was one book that wasn't allowed to be copied by the church. It was François Rabelais' The Very Horrific Life of Great Gargantua, father of Pantagruel. The book used of humor to point out that something wrong in society called satire. Despite the censorship, the new ideas spread and the Christian world split in this era. Some parts of Europe chose to leave Catholic Church and start another Protestant church. So the censorship could go to Protestant areas to print their books. And the famous writer in this era was William Shakespeare. Who didn't know him? He is the world's greatest playwright. Wrote historical plays about kings of England in Richard II, Henry V. The famous drama plays Romeo and Juliet, also written by him. Many well-known English sayings comes from Shakespeare's work, and he had a great influence on the English language. In the era of Revolution and Restoration, there was a civil war between the King's army and Oliver Cromwell's parliamentary forces. In 1660, the bourgeois decided to restore the monarchy, and Charles II, which is the son of executed Charles I, who returned from exile in France. There are coffee houses in this era where educated men spent evenings with literary and political associates. Clubs and coffee houses, both the subjects of spectator essays, had proliferated in late 17th and early 18th century London. The famous writer in this era was John Milton. He is one of the greatest poets that celebrate for his powerful rhetoric poetry and is famous mainly for his epic poem called Paradise Lost. According to poems by John Milton, I believe that humanity is basically evil and we must leave the world as it should be.